Okay, good morning, everybody. It is Friday morning, and I am, yeah. Oh, what a week. I really feel like I haven't gotten anything done, which is why I really appreciate these recordings, because it kind of logs exactly what I did each day. So then when I'm editing, I'm like, oh, wait, I did this and this. I think I mentioned this in a previous, like, vlog entry. But yeah, really huge. So this morning I was looking at tutorials on the cut, on the scan and cut, because I'm going to be doing a lot of training. I already have like ideas outside of what I initially wanted to do with this, because I want to make the most of this machine. I think I really can. Because it doesn't, like, I have other projects that are related that I'm not going to talk about right now until I actually am closer to getting them off the ground. But I do, needless to say, I have other projects that are not sticker related that I'll also be using the scan and cut for. So I'm really excited about that. Like, as in super excited. It'll be great. But this weekend is going to be me cleaning, like actually hauling stuff out of my office. Pretty much everything's gonna go out. I might videotape it because it'll be amusing to like watch me pull everything out of the office and put everything back in. But it needs to go. Like, I have to do some heavy cleaning this weekend, no matter what. It's just the way of things. I have Sunday I'm going to be spending some time with my partner, but for the most part, he's going to be out of the house. So I'm going to take that opportunity for the long weekend to organize, because this has been a long time coming. I've been saying it, but I haven't been doing it. And with everything else that's been going on and me trying to get projects organized, which I haven't really finished organizing. If nothing else, I need to get down my project why. Why do I love this project? I'm going to do that right now once I'm done talking to you, which is going to be right here, literally right now. Okay, so I will probably talk to you again. We'll see. I might do like a progress shot of me writing things down. Maybe not. Probably not. Probably I'll end up talking to you again this evening. Okay, so it is evening time, and I just got back from IKEA. I make myself some food, and I'm probably gonna work on some more project stuff, because I really enjoyed working on like the why I love this project, because it was really helpful and really did get me motivated, because now I want to do all of the projects, which is kind of a problem. But I want to get that ready to go. And then tomorrow I'm going to be pulling everything out of our storage closet so that I can pull stuff out that I'm getting rid of, and that way, then once I put everything back in the closet, I can put stuff I can take stuff from my office and put it into the closet. That is the goal here. So that I have more room in my office. Stuff gets tossed that we don't need anymore, and my house looks less like a disaster area. So like, I was just editing another video and I noticed how bad the background looks, and I'm really sorry, guys. I'm working on it. My house is a disaster. I recognize it, but I am working on it. It's just going to take a lot of time. So, and part of that is going to be happening this weekend. So we'll see. I won't necessarily videotape exactly what I'm doing, because it's just going to be a lot of heavy lifting, boxes, that sort of thing. But if I make progress that looks good, then I will show it to you guys. Other than that, I am off. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, good morning, everybody. So today is a really bad sinus day for me. Really bad. So pardon my, pardon me. But I'm just gonna grab some coffee, and then I'm going to be doing a major cleaning. I don't usually post my weekend stuff because it's usually me relaxing. Except for this weekend, it's not really so much relaxing so much as organizing. So if I come across anything interesting during my like purge today, I will let you know. I'll probably be moving slowly today because my sinuses are like really, really bad. Like really, really bad. So, I'm gonna be probably taking it slower than I would like, but my goal is to try and get as much done as I can today and then just put everything back once I've gotten sorted through stuff. So I'm gonna try and see how quickly I can get it done. And there you go. So that's kind of my little check-in for right now. I got some, oh wait, no. What I did last night, following up on that, was I was practicing cutting these out. And, well, it's not the cutting out that's so much the problem, is trying to get them off the background, because as you can see really, really closely, there's like little spatula marks from where I was trying to like cut it, like pull it up. And I was even trying to use, because I had the Cricut and I have all the tools that go with the Cricut, I was trying to use some of their stuff in order to like, I was trying to use some of their stuff in order to pull off their equipment, in order to pull off the stickers, because that's what they you're mainly used for, is sticker making. And as a result, I still got that. I was trying to be really careful. So I don't know if it was the brand of sticker I was using or what, because I had several different types of stickers that I was trying to peel off. Now, I'm wondering if when I use like if I'm making bigger stickers, if it's less likely. I did notice that like I made Mylar stickers and those peeled off like really lovely. Well, with the exception, I mean, obviously there's like little bits on the end there, but those weren't designed for, well, those ones were straight printed and cut without, they were scanned and cut and not just were cutting. So that's the thing I noticed I thought about this morning, is that if I do a bigger outline, it might work better. And a more solid outline, because I think the outline was way too thin. These are my practices. So I'm gonna work on that. I knew that it was going to take some fine tuning in order to get these stickers done. Like I just knew. I knew that they're trying to like, yeah, like you can see, because on a normal sticker, like if you take a look at the sticker is like, it's like right to the edge. Contrast and compare with what they should look like on the front, which is there should be a little bit of an outline around them. So that didn't happen in a bunch of those. So they're still going to be considered prototypes. Anything where the sticker wasn't completely mangled, yeah, because there's a couple of them that just the sticker completely came off the backing. So I've been kind of putting I'm gonna have like a book full of like of destroyed stickers. They're just gonna be on my journal now. Anyway, that's my foray so far into sticker making. I think today will be a little more getting ready for my other projects. That's the funny part. Yeah, so like foraying into sticker making. I still am doing artwork. I still need to work on comics because I'm getting distracted. So I wasn't working on the comics like but it's also because I have a new machine, so it's really exciting. The machine is so much fun to use, which I haven't had that feeling in a long time. So there's that. I'm going to get over that, and then I'm going to be going on to back to regular project making stuff. Anyway, I'm going to let you go because I'm going to get myself some coffee, and then I'm going to get to work. Alrighty, talk to you soon. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday morning, aka Monday morning after a long weekend. Just figured I'd drop that in there. So I didn't really record over the weekend because I kind of just took some time to rest, and I ended up writing a vlog post on my webcomic site, my neglected webcomic site, where I actually just simply said, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue on with that comic. And that was a really hard post to write. And then after I sat there with it, I'm just like, it's really hard to let go. And I don't know that I necessarily want to let go of it. I think it's just because what I can easily do though is I can easily transition into like simply not selling it or just like trying to move it into the realm of hobby where I'm just doing it when I have free time and things are coming to me. Free time, ha ha ha. But like make some time for it and just have some free time where I'm actually just working on the comic. The problem with this specific comic though is that it's just line art, so it's never really been that, I've never wanted it to be that challenging, and I've never intended it to be that challenging. It was supposed to be just scribbles basically on a page to get an idea across and to prove that I could actually create a comic. Well, guess what? I was able to create a comic, and now I just need to be able to actually, do something a little bit more. And I think that's part of the problem is that so I'm still back and forth about it because I think it's okay to be able to say that it's not a career for me. But I'm still going to sell artwork. That's just not going to stop. I'm still going to be creating things. That's not going to stop. I'm definitely still selling my dad's books because that's not going to stop. I still have more stories to publish, and I have more stories to write and publish. So between that's its own thing. And I may just simply put everything into not that comic, because that comic is so scribbly that it's really hard to put it to really conceivably do it as a comic that's gonna sell. Doesn't got marketability, and that's where the problem is. It's not it's just trying to describe it. It's not something you can have. It's not something that you can really sell to the wider public because it's so scribbly, so unrefined. Because of all of that, it's not polished. It's not a lot of things, which means maybe it's just something I don't sell. Maybe it's something I just work on. I'm not going to stop working on comics but they may come slower. I don't know. See, this is where I'm at. I'm really, really in flux about it. And as a result, I started drawing comics last night. Little gag strips of based with the characters. So maybe that's where that moves to. I don't know. But I really do want to finish the main story. So it might be flipping back and forth between the two. I don't know. I feel I don't know. That's all I can say is I don't know a whole bunch of times. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And that's even what I put in the blog post. I don't know. If you guys tell me, I don't think I'm going to be selling the hard copies of the comics, but I'm going to probably continue it online. And it's going to be an infrequent update. So, yeah, I guess that's everything. Anyway, I have a bunch of work to get done, including uploading the comic that I did yesterday, uploading it and putting it on the website. I know, because I'm actually going to start putting up new comics. And not even like just gag comics, not the full story. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just what happens. I think I did this before too, though. I'm looking at it and I'm seeing that I actually had that. I actually did that in the past. In the past, I started doing other stories. I did like the Isaac, that's what Isaac Run came from. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to let you go for now while I go to work on these things. I'm doing laundry tonight, so I'll probably have a longer post again, longer discussion again tonight about that. Alrighty, so I'm back to recording again after a bit of a break. So now it's just because of being ill and dying and whatever. Warm-ish, not that warm. Like it's warm-ish, mostly because our office was really, really warm. So basically what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go for a quick walk. I'm going to get home from work, go for a quick walk, and then I'm going to go into the office and actually sit down and start working on some art. It's funny because as soon as I like made an announcement saying I'm not sure if I'm going to continue on the webcomic, that's when, or I'm not going to be doing it like in a professional manner, that's when all of a sudden I just started going, yeah, but I can do this now just as for me, and that was kind of freeing. And so now I feel the need to actually work on it, which is whatever. I mean, I have things that I will work on that are professional that I'm going to be marketing, and then stuff that does not need to market and just needs to be what it is. And I'm kind of happy both ways. So I'm hearing a lot of people kind of going down that road where they're like, oh, I'm not going to do this, or they're scaling back or whatever. And for me, it's things that you'd want to do regardless of whether or not you're getting paid to do or not. So that is, then anything I'm doing right now needs to be something I want to do 100%, because I don't have all the time in the world. So I need to kind of focus in, what do I actually want to get done? What do I actually want to leave out in the world? So I mean, not to get too existential about it, I'll do that later. But yeah, I feel the need to work on comics now, and I think that's going to help me. I'm at a stage now where I'm starting to progress towards wanting to get some more writing done as well. I'm doing some reading, which is in the genre of one of the stories that I'm working on, and as a result, the reading is helping me realize what I want to put into the story. I'm just missing some scenes, so I think if I sat with the scenes and actually just sort of started pecking at them here and there, I could probably get them done. Part of it is just going to be like thinking about the scenes of the story, and honestly, that's something that because of where everything's situated in my house right now, I have my laptop which has the writing on it in the living room where I eat my dinner. So it's something I can kind of like pull up while I'm eating and kind of peck away at it and figure out what I'm writing, and then I can go to the office and do the comic work. But I actually have to make sure that I'm getting off the couch and going and doing that. We'll see if I can get this into practice. Alrighty, well, I will talk to you again soon. Okay, so I've been working on some things for a little while now. Oh yeah, and by the way, it's Thursday. Someday. It's a Thursday. I'm not sure when this is going to go up, probably next week. So, yeah, there you go. Anyway, I'm here to show you what I'm up against. Like, this is what I left for myself. I am working on comics tonight. So, and these are like notes from like a very long time ago. A, and B, they're very, very rough notes. So, what are those, you might ask? All right, I'm just gonna show you what I'm up against. This is what I am up against. This is what I left for myself. Give me 1 second here. I don't even know if you can like see it, but this, I don't know if you can see this, but this is exactly what I'm dealing with. Those are rough sketches. Soon to be like a comic, theoretically. But what do these mean? I don't know. This was left for me like a few years ago because I did this a while ago. What it means, anyone can say. I have to change this all into a comic. So what I'm going to start doing, well, first I'm going to grab myself a cup of tea. Then once I've grabbed myself some tea, I'm going to be breaking it down into panels. That's not even, I don't even have the correct amount of panel. At least sometimes when I'm working with these things, I can put down what panels I have. Not this time. This time I have to guess at what panels I'm going to be working on. I'm going dark here for a second. Yeah, normally I can say what panels, like the amount of panels. I have to even guess those, which is a bad sign. So, well, I'm kind of lying because I already broke down the panels. And now I'm just, one of the nice things working digitally is that you can draw it a larger size and then just shrink it down to whatever panel size it needs to be. So that's kind of helpful. But I'm gonna finish getting my tea and then I get to work. Alrighty. Okay, so this is what it looks like after I'm done. This is still a work in progress, still very rough, but it's basically a sketch of like what I've done. The next thing I'll do, I mean, I put in the lettering already and the word balloon just because I wanted to like get an idea of what the panels are going to look like. As you can see, well, I guess you can't really tell right now. It's still a garbled mess, but there's going to actually be three panels, and I don't know if I want to do traditional squares because I kind of like the flow between these two top ones. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna break up the panel. I might just have to do some sort of like polygon shape. Yeah, and pull more of a George Perez style panel. But I may also have to just scooch this down a little bit because this all trails off, and I'm really bad for having all this extra stuff at the bottom here that's just like blank, wherein everything else is all bunched up at the top. So I just need to kind of pull everything down. It's one of the other advantages of working in digital is that you can kind of shuffle things around as you need to. Nothing's really permanent, so there's no big stakes like there is when you're doing traditional. So, yeah. I can't wait. I would like to try to do some more digital stuff where I'm actually using ink first, but I'm finding I'm getting inconsistent color when I go to scan it. So I'd have to figure out how to do it so I can get it. I can have a nice, uh, yeah, just a really good color scheme right now. I'm not able to do that, so that's why I just go digital for coloring and everything like that, and even for some of the inking, because the inks are more consistent online than they are when you're doing manual or traditional, I should say. So yeah, there's that. All right. Good morning. It is Friday. I have not been saying what day of the week it is. Uh, I will, yeah. So I actually got some comic work done this week, which was good because I hadn't been doing it in a while, but I'm kind of getting into the flow again, which is really, really good. So I'm just going to work with that for a little while. So I think there's going to be a lot more arty vlogs, which is nice. It still kind of sad that I'm not working on I mean, to be fair, yesterday I actually opened the laptop and sat there and stared at the writing and stared at it and stared at it. It's something that's going to take a little bit of time. But there's always like that different mind shift between working on comics and then working on writing and just strictly writing. I'm even fine doing like comic scripts and stuff like that. But, you know, So I am, today I'm debating whether or not I'm going to do laundry tonight or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Because then I also have to go to the library to pick up a book, which is going to lean into like another thing that I'm going to be working on, which is art projects. I mean, that's kind of what I want to do. That's really me, is working on different art projects. The next one is going to be soft sculpture art projects. They're gonna look like stuffed animals, but I think I'm not gonna actually like mass market, but I do want to like read up on marketing them just as an option and see whether that's really viable for me or not. I enjoy making stuffed animals. I don't mind making like a lot of them. There was a time where I was making dragons, like just these weird felt dragons. They're kind of, I don't know, they aren't very, I don't know, they're really simplistic, so I don't know, I want to keep doing that just because I feel like I can do better. However, two things I'd like to have, because they feed into stories that are part on like books and comics that I have on my table. I want to make jointed teddy bears with barbarian clothing, and little swords. So that's one thing. And then I also want to make little fully jointed goblins as well. Also stuffed goblins. And you have to see them. I made the goblins in the past and people loved them. And they actually fit into one of my stories. So I kind of want to have them mostly as dressing for the table. But then if people happen to want to buy them, then they can. But I'm not going to, because of how hard they are for me to make and how long they take for me to make, I'm gonna probably price myself out of any soft sculpture market. But I just feel like they'll be a great addition to the table. That's my first thought, is these will look great on the table. And then from there, if there's enough draw for them, then I can start making them more, but they'll never go beyond, I would never do it beyond like go into a mass market production of it. They're going to be more, they're handmade. They're going to continue to be handmade. So I'm not going to scale it up. It is what it is. And if that doesn't work, turns out not working, that's fine by me. Because I'm going to do, I heard this first, and I'm going to co-opt it. Usually called AI first, but I'm going to call it art first. And for me, it's the art is going to be first, and then everything else comes second to that. So yeah, that's my little thought there. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to get to work, and I'll talk to you all later. Alrighty, so it's Friday, and I'm learning really, really quickly why I do laundry on the Sunday and not on the Friday. Because on the Friday, I often just want to go home and not do anything. So it's not that I'm not going to do anything when I get home. I'm probably going to end up going to the studio and get some work done, which is really great. Like, I haven't felt like this in a while now, like in like years, where I actually feel like I want to go and work on comics. So whatever happened, I just feel better, and I feel like I can actually, I think just a lot of things came into play. The idea of letting go, the need to capitalize on anything and just do it for the sake of doing it. I think that was a big reason for it, like a big reason for that alleviation. I mean, ideally I do want to be able to make money off of it, but like I'd have to do things like be willing to redraw page after page after page, and I'd have to do it quicker. And I'm not going to be that quick. There's three things. You can be good, you can be fast, you can be friendly. And you get to have two of those things. That's what they always told me. So, I'll see. I mean, yeah. I don't think I'll ever be fast, but I can be friendly. And I would like the idea of being good, but the good means I have to not be fast, because when I do things fast, I'm unhappy with the results. Like, well, specifically with trying to stay on model with artwork. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I'm okay with doing, I mean, I love doing sketches of things, but it's the act of doing the same image that has to be consistent. I think the consistency is my problem. And maybe I just need to practice that more. Maybe that's what it is. It's just I need to practice consistency. So maybe that'll be something I do when I get home, is start working on practicing staying on model, which will be fun, because then it'll be just drawing a bunch of the same artwork over and over and over again, which is fun. Like, well, because I really love drawing Teddy Evil. He's a lot of fun to draw, because who doesn't love barbarians? Like, literally barbarians, right? So I just need to be drawing the same bear over and over again in different action poses, and just get used to drawing him in different ways. and then maybe go back to the page, because I'm not really happy. That, I think, was the biggest problem as to why one of the reasons why I stopped was because I wasn't happy with, like, I was unable to keep on getting the consistency that I wanted for the artwork. Anyway, yeah, just practicing staying on model. I think that's going to be like the biggest thing I can do to improve myself. Some people would kind of be, why don't you just do the work? But at the same time, I really want to get practiced in just drawing in the model. And what does this character look like when he's doing different poses? And I've done different poses, and that's what kind of gets me, is I'm just like, at this stage, I've drawn this character for like 6 years. 6 years of different Conan poses that I've been turning into like a teddy bear. So you'd think it'd be easier, but I don't know. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have for right this second. I'll talk to you more when I'm in my studio. Okay, so it's evening. I'm not gonna do much. Probably just doing a little bit before I go to bed. That's because I spent time just relaxing and playing some Magic with my partner, which was good. It was needed. That's one of the things. I actually was watching some videos before we started gaming, and I saw this other person, and she was talking about how she was having she didn't feel very successful, and she was like 3 years into her career online as an artist and a creator and influencer. And I mean, I never really think of myself as an influencer. That's not really me. I'm just artist, creator. Yeah, and for me, I was just, I think she was so disheartened, and she was just talking, like, she was really, really depressed, and it was really sad, and I felt so bad for her. And part of it was also me realizing how really, really important it is to have passion in what you're doing, and the importance of loving what you're doing. Because if you don't love what you're doing, you're gonna burn out really quickly. A, you'll burn out quickly. B, you're gonna have a lot of loss of motivation. You won't, especially like if you're specifically in it to try and only earn a living off of it. If there's not that genuine joy as well, then it's felt by the people you're trying to sell to. They will see that you don't have the passion. You're just there to make a buck. And there's a difference there. For me, I felt like I'd lost that for a while with comics specifically, and it was really a hard hole to climb out of. I'm starting to get that joy and that passion back for that, and it was a long haul. But yeah, I mean, really, like I said, really made me think. And I just can't say enough how very, very important loving what you're doing is. I mean, and there's a difference between, I think it's really different in a creative field versus in a more not even more technical, because technical fields, even those have a lot of creativity involved with them. But No, I think for the most part you should, if it's specifically in a creative field though, you need to have you need to have passion. Otherwise, you're not going to have the drive. You're not going to have that extra spark that's going to really get people excited about it. Because if you're not excited about it, how can you get other people to be excited? There's nothing easier to do than to, like, you know, show your passion and spark passion in others by talking about what you love. Yeah, so I don't know where I'm going with it. I don't know how much more I can kind of go into it without really thinking about it a lot longer. But I know that that's been kind of a theme for me. An ongoing theme for me is like trying to find the passion, trying to find the drive, and really digging deep and having to go, do I need to walk away from everything? And I think when you're, specifically because for me, the core part of who I am from like the time I was able to hold a pencil was creating. And that was like the core of who I am. And I can't imagine not creating in some way. Because even when I wasn't creating comics, I was working on my dad's books and I was creating covers, I was editing, writing, that sort of thing. Now, that's not to say I'm going to stop doing that. I'm just switching it around a little bit and focusing on my art as well, because that really needs to be a part of this whole entire game plan. But I think it's going to go in cycles where there'll be times where I'm going to be working on my art and pumping that through until I kind of reach a kind of a bit of a crescendo, and then it'll be a bit of a lull. And then from there, I'll probably swing over into working on publishing my dad's books. And I'll be working on those, and then until I get another lull, and then it'll just kind of be this cycle. Anyway, yeah, that's just my probably more like $5 worth. Yeah, but that's all for tonight. I'm gonna just do a little bit. Probably I want to experiment with some more stickers and try and run them through the cutter to cut some more stickers. As it sits, I'm going to possibly be doing a lot of more hand cutting because of the way it's set up in the machine. They need to have a darker line around the outside, and I'm having problems trying to find that line because it's not going fine enough. So I have to do that myself, and I may just have to reprint stuff. So I'll just cut everything what I have, and then everything else will just go through on a cutter. I'll have to redesign the sticker sheets, which is fine, and then work on some Kiss Cut stickers, which I'm really excited about because that means I can do sticker sheets, and sticker sheets are going to be huge. And I was watching other people make some stickers, and I have some great ideas based on their ideas. So yeah, I will probably definitely show them once I have them ready to go. This is a lot of yes anding. I still have to go get a library book tomorrow, which I was supposed to do tonight, but I didn't do laundry tonight because I just came home, which is for the best because I'm still needing to take things a little bit easy because I was not feeling well, and I'm still getting over whatever this is. So yeah, anyway, I don't know if I'll talk to you this weekend, but if not, I will talk to you again soon. Okay, good night. Editing Beth here. I then decided I wanted to put in bits of my hike because I started going back on my hikes. I usually did them like every Sunday I'd go on a hike. So this time I took some pictures while I was out there. I mean, I take pictures occasionally, but this time I decided to like put them in. So now you're going to see pictures of my hike. I'm not going to be in any of the pictures, but this is typically where I go. I go hiking through the mountains on the Sunday. So enjoy. It's not really supposed to be like, it's like I said, I'm just trying to like document my journey for me. If you want to come along on this journey, I appreciate it. I want to thank everybody who is subscribing. Yeah, thank you. And if you kind of have those kinds of feelings, like about do you ever like kind of lose your way when you're as a creator? Do you have those problems too? If you do, just feel free to leave a comment down below. I don't get a lot of comments, but that's fine. I'm more than happy to talk about them because I actually am very passionate about creative careers. So, and I love talking about that. So feel free to leave a comment. But I'm going to sign off. So goodbye until the until the next show. Okay, take care.